Hana, a young blonde-haired biker from Tokyo, is not your ordinary girl. Her love for motorcycles goes beyond a hobby. It is her lifestyle, her freedom, and the way she explores the world. Each morning, she starts her day checking her sleek black Yamaha, polishing its body until it gleams under Tokyo's neon lights. Her helmet sits ready on the seat, and as she revs the engine, the city seems to awaken with her. Tokyo streets are alive, vendors call out, lights flash, and people rush in every direction. But Hana is focused. Weaving through traffic, feeling the pulse of the city beneath her tires, she experiences a freedom few can understand. For her, every street is a challenge, every corner a test of skill. One rainy afternoon, while taking a shortcut through Shinjuku, Hana notices a bright poster pinned to a lamppost. It reads, Grand Motorcycle Rally Kyoto. Compete with Japan's best riders. Open to all bikers. Her eyes widen. She feels the rush of excitement she hasn't felt in months. This is more than a race, it's a journey. Hana makes a split-second decision. She will ride to Kyoto no matter what. She packs her essentials, checks the bike one last time, and waves goodbye to her Tokyo friends. The city blurs behind her as she accelerates into the unknown. Hana's route to Kyoto is a journey in itself. She passes through quiet villages where locals smile at the sight of her gleaming Yamaha. Cherry blossom trees sway in the wind, petals swirling around her as if guiding her path. The coastal highways present a breathtaking view. Waves crash against rocks, seagulls soar above, and the wind carries a salty tang. But the journey is not without danger. Sharp turns in the mountains challenge her skills. Sudden rain showers make the roads slippery, and reckless drivers test her reflexes. Hana adapts, her eyes sharp, her body poised. She is a master of her craft, every movement precise, every turn calculated. Along the way, she meets other bikers, some friendly, sharing tips and snacks at roadside cafes. Others competitive, giving her the silent challenge of one-upping her in skill and speed. Each encounter strengthens her resolve and hones her abilities. Arriving in Kyoto, Hana is greeted by a sea of motorcycles and riders from all over Japan. The city is buzzing with energy. Engines roar, spectators cheer, and adrenaline hangs in the air like electricity. Hana's heart pounds with a mix of nerves and excitement. The rally begins. Each race tests her skill, courage, and strategy. She maneuvers through tight corners, accelerates on long straightaways, and executes daring stunts. The crowd cheers as she pulls ahead, earning respect and admiration from fellow bikers. After the races, Hana meets Riku, a charismatic and talented rider. They talk late into the evening, sharing stories of past rides, dreams of future journeys, and the exhilaration of the open road. A bond forms, one built on mutual respect, passion, and adventure. Hana learns that life on the road is not just about speed. It's about courage, freedom, and discovering parts of herself she never knew existed. Each mile brings lessons, patience in traffic, strategy in races, and the joy of unexpected friendships. As night falls, Hana rides along a quiet mountain path, the city lights of Kyoto glowing far below. The wind carries the scent of pine and cherry blossoms. She smiles, feeling a connection not just to the road, but to the endless possibilities that lie ahead. And so, Hannah rides onward, a blonde-haired biker girl exploring Japan with courage, skill, and a heart open to adventure. Every city, every highway, every curve is more than a road. It is a journey of freedom, friendship, and discovery, with endless adventures waiting just over the horizon. After her thrilling experience in Kyoto, Hannah felt a new fire within her. The city had tested her skills, introduced her to allies like Riku, and awakened a deeper desire for adventure. She realized the roads of Japan held far more than city streets and race tracks. They held mountains, coasts, forests, and mysteries waiting to be discovered. Hannah packed her gear and prepared for the journey of a lifetime, a long ride spanning the northern and southern coasts of Japan, through villages untouched by time and cities bustling with neon lights. Her Yamaha purred like a companion eager for the journey. Hannah started north, along the rugged coastline of the Sea of Japan. Waves crashed against cliffs as she navigated narrow roads, the salty spray brushing her face. Small towns offered brief rests, a roadside ramen shop, a sleepy temple, and fishermen mending nets. In one village, Hannah met Ayumi, a young woman who ran a local inn. Ayumi shared stories of the sea, ancient legends of hidden caves, and secret paths known only to locals. Hannah listened, absorbing every detail. These side roads became her favorite stretches, quiet, challenging, and filled with breathtaking scenery. Riding into the mountains, Hannah faced winding roads and sudden weather changes. Mist rolled in, hiding sharp turns. At one point, she encountered a group of local bikers who challenged her to a friendly race through the mountain pass. Her heart raced, tires gripping wet asphalt, every reflex sharpened. She mastered the curves, learning that risk and caution were inseparable companions on the road. At the mountain's summit, Hannah paused. The view stretched for miles, forests, rivers, and tiny villages dotting the landscape. She felt a profound connection to the land, to the road, and to herself. This was freedom in its purest form. The adventure wasn't without danger. Hannah encountered heavy rains, landslides, and even a near collision with a speeding truck. But each challenge reinforced her skills and resilience. She learned to trust her instincts, remain calm under pressure, and adapt instantly. One evening, while camping under the stars near a forest trail, Hannah discovered tracks of a wild animal. Her heart pounded. The thrill of nature, the reminder that she was alone yet not alone, sharpened her senses and her courage. Along the way, Hannah visited temples, shrines, and small festivals. She tried local dishes, joined in traditional dances, and practiced her Japanese with villagers curious about her. In one town, she helped a young boy fix his small scooter. He looked at her with wide eyes. "You ride so well. I want to be like you." Hannah smiled, realizing her journey inspired others in ways she hadn't expected. Riku occasionally joined her on parts of the route, sharing stories and riding together along coastlines and through mountains. Their bond deepened, built not only on friendship but on trust and shared adventure. Hannah's journey eventually led her south, to the warm beaches and palm-lined roads of southern Japan. The sun set over the horizon, painting the sky with pink and gold. She reflected on her journey, the thrills, the fears, the friends made, and the lessons learned. Every kilometer had been a test of skill, patience, and courage. Every person she met added a new color to her story. The road had taught her more than she could have imagined. Freedom wasn't just about speed. It was about embracing life with an open heart. And so, Hannah's long ride across Japan came to a temporary pause. She had conquered mountains, coastlines, and cities, faced danger and discovered friendship, and learned that the journey itself was as important as any destination. With wind in her hair and fire in her heart, Hannah knew that the roads of Japan held endless adventures, and she was ready for every one of them. After completing her incredible long ride across Japan, Hannah returned to Tokyo with a new sense of confidence. But the city, with its neon lights and bustling streets, was only the beginning. A flyer pinned to a cafe door caught her eye. The Ultimate Motorcycle Championship Tokyo Finals. Compete against Japan's best riders. Glory awaits the fearless. Her pulse raced. This was more than a race, it was a test of skill, courage, and determination. Hannah knew she had to enter. For weeks, Hannah honed her skills. She rode early in the morning along deserted highways, practiced precision maneuvers in abandoned parking lots, and learned new techniques from Riku and other experienced riders. Every day pushed her limits. She also studied the other competitors. Some were known champions, others mysterious newcomers with reputations that made even veterans nervous. Hannah realized that winning required not only skill, but strategy, patience, and mental toughness. The day of the championship arrived. The stadium was filled with spectators, their cheers echoing across the track. Engines roared, motorcycles gleamed, and the tension was palpable. Hannah took her place at the starting line, heart pounding but focused. The race was fierce. Twists and turns tested every rider's skill. Hannah maneuvered with precision, accelerating through straightaways, leaning into curves, and overtaking rivals with calculated timing. But the championship was not only about speed. Challenges included obstacle courses, timed maneuvers, and endurance tests. Hannah faced each one with courage, remembering the lessons from her travels. Patience, observation, and adaptability were as important as raw speed. Halfway through the race, a new figure appeared, a masked rider on a red Honda, moving with unmatched skill. Hannah felt a mix of excitement and curiosity. Who was this rider? Their style was different, unpredictable, almost like they were anticipating her every move. As the race progressed, Hannah realized that this mysterious competitor was more than just a rival. They were a challenge to everything she had learned. Every lap became a mental and physical duel, pushing Hannah to her absolute limits. Riku watched from the sidelines, shouting advice and encouragement. Other riders who had been friendly during previous races now cheered and warned Hannah about tricky sections of the track. Rivalries formed, alliances shifted, and Hannah had to rely on quick thinking as much as riding skill. The crowd gasped as Hannah and the masked rider raced side by side. Sparks seemed to fly from the tires as they leaned into the curves, engines roaring, hearts pounding. In the final lap, Hannah summoned all her courage and skill. She remembered the long roads she had ridden across Japan mountains, coastlines, forests, and cities. Every lesson, every risk, every friendship fueled her determination. With one final surge, she overtook the masked rider, crossing the finish line just milliseconds ahead. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Hannah felt a rush of triumph unlike anything she had ever known. And so, Hannah proved that courage, skill, and determination could overcome any challenge. Yet, as she removed her helmet and looked around the cheering stadium, her eyes met the masked riders, and a silent promise passed between them. The adventure was far from over. The roads of Japan held more secrets, more challenges, and more discoveries, and Hannah was ready for every one of them.